my name is Karen and welcome to my channel Solo para Valientes, which in English means only for brave people, and if I come up with a better translation for that, I'll let you know. So today we're gonna talk about the last episode of Shadowhunters called Bad Blood. It was very intense, very emotional. I love it. It's not my favorite so far, but it's my second favorite. So I'm gonna give you my thought favorite moments. They don't have really an order because I really love this chapter. I think the actors have improved a lot, but there's some plot lines that I don't really agree with. So I'll let you know which ones are. Well, let's get started with the fun. One of my favorite moments was when Raphael brings the dead body of Simon to the Institute. He didn't actually get into the Institute because the Shadowhunters see the threat, so they go outside and clarify now that Simon is dead. Oh my god, the tears. She's so shocked. They take Simon's body to somewhere very hidden. It looks like a church. Simon is just lying there. There are crosses around him, and she doesn't know what to do. Raphael thinks that this is what happened. He's dead. Can you lead it? He still keep coming even when I warn him not to. He tried to explain himself, and he give her a choice. You can bring him back, but he's not going to be a human anymore. He's going to be a vampire. So she has to decide that, and Jesse's like, no, wait, don't do it. Another of my favorite moments is when you see Valentine walk through the door of the institute. It's like, I was like, what is going on? What is happening this? And the only person that reacts at that moment is Alex. He shoots an arrow and she just grabs it, I think, and then the glamour vanishes and it's a girl. Who is it? Is Lydia Bramwell. He's sent by the Clave to the Institute to check it out on the Lightwoods because they think they are not doing a good job. They think like it's been a mess. They've been having trouble with the underworld, with the vampires, with the werewolves, with the fairies, the Sillies actually. They call it the Sillies, and this problem with Valentine and Valentine's daughter, Clary, they want to be checking on her all the time. Another moment that I love is when Alex gets this phone call from Luke because he's been attacked by some kind of monster. So Lydia and him go to check it out what's happened and then find these bodies around. Luke is hurt, but he's, not hurt to death. And he tells them, I think this monster were after me. So Lydia said, then they after the people, the ex-members of the circle, which was the group that Valentine formed. Lydia thinks she has to protect all the ex-members, and the first thing that Alex says, we have to look at for Hush. Lydia added, yeah, and your parents too. And Alex's face is like, what? My parent, he didn't say anything, but you can see the look in his face that he didn't know anything, that his parents were part of the Clave, not the Clave, I'm sorry, of the circle. So if Lydia said, I'm sorry, I didn't know you didn't aware of that. Another very great moment and unexpected is like this new hobby from Izzy, because they take Lydia and Alex take this body monster to the Institute to see what happens. Is there magic there? There's some transformation because they used to be Shadowhunters, so they don't know. They want to find out what Valentine is being experimenting with, and Alex said, we have the best scientists here that can do the job to discover what happened. And then we see Izzy, with glasses and wearing some white coat, like what? Did she ever do that? As far as I know, the Sinus brothers were the ones that were in charge of that kind of science, of discover that. And Lydia said, I'm gonna call a warlock, you know, the one that is closest and the more powerful. And Alec says like, you mean Magnus Bane? And she said, you know him? And the answer of Alec is so funny. He's like, yeah, he's very magical. I don't know what that means. Magical, what would you say? He's a warlock, of course he's magical. But can you, is that an adjective? Like, you're magical, like, I don't know. It was so funny. Then we have this intense part where Alec is training, you know, shirtless, and you can see him sweat. And Magnus just appeared there and give him this report, a pretty report, I think, about the monsters. And he says, there's no magic here. And he's like, Alec, don't give it to me, you know, I'm not in charge here. Alex started talking like for the first time about how he feels. He's like, I've been doing all my life is a lie. All I've done is what my parents asked for, what the clay asked for, and everything has been a lie. Obviously he's been referring to the fact that his parents were part of the circle, so that's unforgivable to him. He doesn't say it like out loud or to his parents directly, but inside he feels betrayal. And the answer for Magnus is like, maybe you should, you know, do what you live your own life. Like, you should do things for yourself, not for somebody else. And he's like, maybe you're right. And I thought at that moment he was, you know, like maybe, you know, realize that he likes Magnus or has some feelings for him. Not feelings like he liked him or something like that, but no, that's not what happened. Next we have the unexpected thing that could ever happen in the show, because Alec goes to Lydia and talks to her, and he realized and he overheard that the institute is going to be managed by the clay because they don't trust the Lightwoods anymore, so the honor of the Lightwoods it's in danger. And he goes and talks to Lydia, and he says to her, like, you know, our families were allies like for centuries, and we could be a couple together. We can manage this place together. We can keep the institute. And he tried to convince her that they could do it together. Before, she tells us that she was married, but her husband was killed, I think, and they were meant to be in charge of the institute in Lisboa. But, you know, she says, like, the only thing you can hold on is to do your job, being a shadow hunter. So I think Alec takes that, like, she's going to respect the fact that they are shadow hunters, and it's just like a marriage for convenience, because he actually asked her to marry her. Like, he goes down on a knee and says, Lydia Brown, would you marry me? She didn't answer. They cut the scene just right there. I hope she says no, because she realized that he's not straight. I don't know, and I hope he's dreaming and thinks that's the right thing to do, or maybe she's a lesbian. I don't know. I hope something had. I don't know where that's going, but that's like the most unexpected thing I was from the show. Another favorite moment for me was when in the cemetery, when Camille appears and Claire is ready to bury Simon's body. She's with Raphael and with Jace, and she has Camille arrive, not claiming Simon's body. She says, he's my property, and Clary defends, no, he's not your property. Raphael then stands out and says, you know, this is not your business. She calls all the other vampires, so there's kind of like opportunity for Raphael to put her in evidence, because he says, Camille has been breaking the accords for such a long time, and this is the proof. This boy was killed by Camille, and we have to take this to the clay so we don't have trouble with them. Because in the head of Raphael, he wants an alliance with the Shadowhunters. He doesn't want any trouble. So for him, Camille is a trouble, and he doesn't like her as a leader. So she tries to defend herself. He says, "I just got rid of the body and problem solved." So Clary goes right to her and punch her in the face, and then just walk away. And Camille just let her she just take the punch. And she's one of the strongest and oldest vampires there, and she doesn't do anything at all. Like, oh my god, I don't know what it did that, and she just clearly just turn your back. You don't turn your back to a vampire, okay? That's a rule. That's like common sense. And then all these words from Raphael really convince their people, so they start surrounding Camille, and they kind of disappear, but they take her away, and there is the final part where Simon is being buried, and I think it's the most emotional part of the episode, and it's at the end. When she has to decide. Still, she hadn't decided. She takes the shovel and starts digging in the dirt, but she starts crying and she can't handle it. Bury your friend, your best friend, the only family that you have left. That must be very hard. I was almost in tears in the last part. Jace takes the shovel and starts doing it, and he tells this hug story that we all know. He's like, he puts it in a way that is very sad for Clary, because he said, my father gave me a hug to train, but I didn't hurt him. I kind of love the animal, and when I really mastered this animal to do whatever I wanted, my father just break its neck. And she's like, that's the worst story ever at this moment. Jay says, you have to see further than this. It's not the fact, my father said to train the hog, not to love him. So you have to realize that love, you can club your judgment. And that's a rule for Shadowhunters. And she's replied like, if that's a rule for Shadowhunters, I am not sure if I want to be a Shadowhunter. And there's this like final line from Clary about what these kind of stupid rules for Shadowhunters are. It's like, for mundanes, the first rule is love is stronger. Makes you stronger, love is stronger. So, and at that moment you see this creepy moment. Not that creepy, but like to see somebody dig from your grave is not something normal. You see a hand first, and then you see Simon all covered in dirt, and he's like not himself, not very aware what is going on. He's like a savage animal, and Raphael appears with packages of blood and give it to him after he's been drinking like crazy. He recognized Clary and says to her like, what happened, Clary? What happened? She just doesn't know what to say to him. She says, you die. And he's like, what Anna, what happened to me? And he realized that he has become a vampire. He can't believe it. He's like, I am repulsive. I can't believe this happened to me. What I'm going to do? He's not going to be able to go back to his family, so he runs away. Clary is in tears. Everything is very emotional. Jace just hold her. Raphael says like, I'm going to be looking after the kids, so don't worry, you have my word. But it was very emotional because everybody was expecting Simon to die, but at this point you really fell in love with the human Simon, and now we have the vampire Simon, and he's going to have this impulse to kill and to drink blood, even if you are your friend or your family. So let's see what's happening in the next episode. I'm really excited to see that, because now we have more action with Simon being a vampire, even with this sad scene. but it's going to turn out okay, you know, in a long term. In a long term, you know. But well, let me know if you like it, the episode. Give me a thumbs up if you like my video. If you want more reviews, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and you can follow me on my social media too in the links down below in the description. So that's all for today, and thanks for watching.